Smart Money Nation, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while. I got a lot of things to update y'all with, but today we're going to get into a little debate that I had with some friends a couple weeks back, which is what is the difference between a LLC, a S Corp, and just being self-employed, and what benefits do you get in each bracket. So that's going to be the video today. As always, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the red subscribe button, like the video, share the video. Let's get into it.
Hey, hey, hey,
All right, so what benefits do you get, right? A lot of people get it confused. People want to just get an LLC just to, you know, like it makes you feel better. Like I have a business, it's official, but there's actual benefits and reasonings behind getting an LLC, behind electing an S Corp, or even just being self-employed, right? So each one of those has a different tier of benefits that people either don't know about or are not utilizing properly. So a part of the channel that I have here, you guys know I get into the LLCs, the formation, protection, and things like that. So let's start with being self-employed. Self-employed and LLC, they're pretty similar, and having an LLC, they're pretty similar. The one key thing that the LLC has over just being self-employed is, of course, the limited liability protection, right? So that's why you get an LLC. That's why you go just being self-employed. You doing business with me is just yourself versus you protecting yourself from the business that we're doing, just in case I slip and fall when we're shaking hands and I decide, hey, it's your fault, I'm on your property, I'm going to sue you. If you're just a self-employed person with no LLC, I will sue you directly, and I will take everything you have because you don't have any liability protection. So when you get an LLC, what that allows you to do is, hey, we were shaking hands. When we were shaking hands, I was doing business as such and such LLC. So you sue the company, don't sue me. I have nothing to do with this, right? That's what the LLC allows you to do, where if you're just self-employed, it doesn't allow you to do that. As far as taxes, which is the second biggest thing, is there's really no difference between being self-employed and the taxes you pay versus having an LLC and the taxes you pay, right? It all flows through. So whatever income you have, you're getting taxed at the self-employed rate. Now, that's where S corporation comes in, right? A small corporation. So when you're electing as an S corp, what you're doing there is you're basically putting yourself on payroll, right? And you're giving yourself a paycheck. You're paying yourself a salary, and instead of being taxed at self-employed employment rates, you're going to be taxed in two separate ways, right? So I have an example pulled up, by the way. So let's get into the example. So this is how it works, right? Self-employment tax savings. That's the biggest thing. So a lot of people go from an LLC and elect the S Corp for tax savings. So if you're making a decent amount of money in your business and you're an LLC, at some point you want to elect as an S Corp so you can take advantage of the benefits as far as taxes are concerned. So here, what it says is that normally you're taxed at 14%, right? 14% in taxes. So if you're making, let's say your business is making $100,000, if you're just an LLC or even self-employed, you're gonna pay $14,000 in taxes. But if you elect as an S Corp, because that's the self-employment tax, by the way. If you elect as an S Corp, pay yourself a salary, a reasonable salary, right? So there's no exact number how much you have to pay yourself, but it has to be something reasonable for whatever you're doing. You pay yourself that salary, and then whatever of the profits is left. Let's say your business made $50,000, you pay yourself a salary of $25,000, and that means you have left over $25,000 profits after you pay yourself the salary. Now the salary you pay yourself, the $25,000, you're gonna pay the 14%. But the other portion, the profits, you're not gonna have to pay the Social Security and Medicare taxes, right? So you save 7.5% roughly on that portion. So you go, looking at this example, you go from paying $14,000 If you had made $100,000 in your business, you pay yourself $40,000 in in a salary. You end up paying about $8,000 in taxes, as opposed to if you were just a LLC and you made that same amount of money, you would end up paying $14,000. So you're saving, damn near half the amount, right? So that's why a lot of the times people elect as an S corp rather than just stay as an LLC. So basically, I'm putting this video together to just let you know, like, where do you start? Why do you elect as an S corp? Why do you get an LLC? There's specific reasonings that you get these things, and you got to make sure that you're using the benefits you got it for. So don't get an LLC and do business as yourself. Make sure you're doing business as your company, because that's what it's for, to limit the liability. I'm going to do another video on certain key things that I'm seeing, like people make mistakes where they're putting themselves in jeopardy and kind of getting rid of the limited liability that they have because they're making mistakes on how they operate within their LLC. So, you got it, but you're not using it properly. S corp, you don't have to jump immediately into S corp, but once you start making some money, it makes financial sense as far as savings and taxes to elect as an S corp. We're not gonna talk about C corp. That's not even who I talk to. So we're not gonna worry about that. But yeah, so if you're self-employed right now, you're missing the benefit of limited liability in case anything happens. I don't know what type of business you might have going on, but if it's high risk as far as lawsuits and things like that, you definitely want to go ahead and get an LLC. If you already have an LLC and you're making a decent amount of money in your LLC, elect as an S corp, pay yourself a reasonable salary, and get some of those tax savings. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I wanted to touch on in this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure you share the video with people that you value as always. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Hey.